How's it going, everybody? Chaos Gamer here, and yes, we are back with some more My Hero Ultra Impact. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at the newest character that is set to release soon. But not only that, we'll be looking at some updates to the game that is going to be very important for free-to-play players. I promise you guys, you're going to be throwing up your hands in the air and saying hallelujah with the information I have to give you. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's blow this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, how are your feelings towards this new character? And also, how are your feelings towards the new update? So what new character am I talking about? Is going to be none other than Swimsuit Mina Ashido. This character has been receiving some love this year with not only the celebration outfit, but also the swimsuit outfit as well. So let's take a look at her art, which is going to be first off the unawakened art, with her with a beach ball, and then the awakened art with her chilling on a floaty. Now, if this is not called a floaty, I'm sorry. That's what I remember these things used to be called, a floaty. Now, out of both the arts, I do like how both of them look aesthetically, but I might give it more towards the unawakened art just for how expressive she looks with like having fun at the beach with the beach ball. I don't know, I just like that way more. But now that we take a look at the art, let's take a look at her kit. Starting off with the plus ultra skill, Acid Spike. Deals 500% damage to a single opponent, reduces cooldown time of all allies by 1, and restores HP of all allies by 30%. I already like that effect for free. Increases the skill impact by 50% when character is affected by status ailment restriction, a new type of thing that we have in the game. And then the enhancement bonus effect is this skill gains bullseye. First action skill, which is going to be lubricating. What? I'm sorry, what is this action skill called? I'm not even gonna repeat it, you guys already know. Increases max HP of all allies by 20% for 3 turns, and restores HP of all allies by 25%. I like that. Reduces damage to all allies by 20% for 3 turns when character is affected by status ailment restriction. We don't know what that is as of yet, so I'm gonna hold my opinions on that. And the enhancement bonus effect, it gives all allies that do not already have last stand the ability to make a last stand 1 time. Cooldown is for 4 turns. I like that. I like that. Second action skill, which is going to be Acid Ball, gives a single ally the ability to make a last stand 2 times. Oh, sorry, 2 turns, not 2 times. My bad. Restores their HP by 30%. Increases their critical skill impact by 30% for 3 turns. And increases their critical hit rate by 20% for 3 turns. The enhancement bonus effect is that increases critical skill impact of a single ally by 20% for 3 turns when character is affected by status ailment restriction. The cooldown is for 4 turns. So overall with the action skills, I really do like what I'm seeing. With the first action skill, we're getting more HP while taking less damage. Also, we're going to be having the ability to make a last stand. Second active skill giving us the ability to do more damage. Also is not restricted, so it makes it to where you can activate it on herself as well. Because perfect example I like to give with support type characters that do select the type of character they want to give a buff to is the Celebration Momo. She cannot give herself a buff on her second action skill, or it's the first. I don't really remember which one it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So the fact that she's able to give it to herself, that's very good, especially with the last stand, making her survive a little bit longer. However, now let's move on to the auto skills. First one being the Enhanced Skin Durability. Gives character enhanced when these 2 conditions are met at the end of the turn. Number 1, after 2 turns pass while character is affected by status ailment restriction. And number 2 is after 3 turns pass from the start of battle. Pretty crazy that we got power creep with this now, being that back then we used to have like 5 to 7 turns. Now we're getting 3 turns. So insane how we're moving kind of fast with that. I like that though, making it where we get our buffs a little bit more earlier. Restricts the number of status ailments all allies can have to 5 when character's HP is 30% or higher. This is not effect guess. And restricts the number of buffs all opponents can have to 10 when character's HP is 10. Sorry, not 10 or higher. That would have been insane. When character's HP is 70% or higher, up to 1 time. This does not affect guess. And also, she is just able to increase max HP of all allies by 20%. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to be having less status elements, but the opponents are not going to be able to go more crazy with the buffs that they are receiving. However, it is with HP condition, but damn, that sounds insane. What the hell? If you're able to protect this Mina, this is going to be a nice ability to have in battle. Second auto skill, which is going to be Energetic. After character receives HP restoration 3 times, increases power of all allies by 50% up to 3 times, and increases critical hit rate of all allies by 10% up to 3 times. Multi-HP restorations equal 1 HP restoration. Restores HP of a single ally with the lowest current HP by 10% every 1 turn. Interesting enough, we're getting this type of effect because if you guys don't remember, let me see if I can pull them up real quick. The newest character that we got, the regular banner character, which is none other than our guy Zoshinso, what he's able to do is that he's able to give the ability to draw aggro to a single opponent with the lowest current HP for 3 turns. This buff cannot be cancelled, blocked, or restricted. So what this helps out with is characters being affected with that type of effect. So hey, I like that. Also, what she's doing with the enhancement bonus effect is every 1 turn increases the power of all opponents and allies by 5% for 3 turns. That's interesting. What the hell are we giving opponents a power up for? Alright. Increases the plus ultra gauge of a single ally with the lowest current HP by 20% every 1 turn. I mean, I get it because she does block buffs of opponents by 10. But still, I wouldn't like my opponents to get any type of buff whatsoever. Because at that point, what I'm going to start doing is running a character that does buff block. That was the point I was going to make, a buff block. And just giving them the ability not to get that buff whatsoever. Just nothing going to happen to them. So yeah, overall with this character, I really do like what she is doing as a support type character. If anything, just at first glance, I might give it to her more so than the Jito. But the only reason why I am saying that is just because of the cooldown time. That's literally the only reason why. Because I like when a support type character has cooldown. Because it makes it to where we're getting our action skills faster and everything is just moving smoothly at a pace that I do like to play the game, which is fast. I like to make sure everything is just going fast. But now that we took a look at the Mina, let's take a look at the support memories that are going to be coming out with her. What the hell? Number 1 being Splash Hunt. What this support memory does at the max level increases characters' max HP by 35% if there are any female characters on the team. Increases critical hit rate of all allies by 20% when character is 30% or higher. Restores HP of all allies by 30% when character's HP is below 30% up to 1 time. After 2 turns pass while character is affected by status ailment restriction, increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 30% up to 3 times. Okay. I like this, I'm not gonna lie. The support memory is cool. Getting HP restoration, getting max HP, so your character that has it is able to live longer, giving our allies the ability to crit more, and also the plus ultra gauge. But again, what I also have a little bit of an end with this is that it should be giving some type of speed. Again, I love speed on characters because with these type of games, you want speed. You want to be the first, not the first opponent, what am I talking about? You want to be the first one to attack before your opponent. My bad that I keep mixing up my words today. It's been a little bit since I did a YouTube video. But now that we took a look at the support memory, let's take a look at the SR1, which is going to be Poolside Retreat. This one increases character's critical hit rate by 25%, increases character's power by 5% for 3 turns after character initiates critical attacks 2 times, multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. Also gives character the ability to nullify status ailment 3 times after character initiates critical attacks 4 times up to 1 time, multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. I mean, I like it. It's alright. It's just like the four critical attacks is gonna take you a little bit. Alright, next support memory, which is going to be Banana Boat. Interesting type of support memory. Increase the character's critical skill impact by 30% when equipped by a UA high student. Increase the character's critical hit rate by 10% for 2 turns after the character's temporary status ailments are cancelled 2 times. And then every 2 turns cancels 2 of the character's temporary status ailments up to 2 times. And it looks like we got a bunch of Class 1B girls. Alright. So with that, that is everything from the website. So now that we took a look at everything from here, let's take a look at the Discord, which you guys are gonna love this. I promise you. I don't hype up stuff without having the facts. Alright, now that we're on the Discord, let's not waste any more time. Let's get this started. So, we got the Fun with Water, Mina, Ashido, Revival Banner, Step Up, Summer, Midiko. It's just Midiko on the Revival Banner. The custom character recruit returns for heroes and villains. So if you guys don't know, we got this for anniversary where you're able to pick the characters that you want featured on the banner, I think. Either that or is what you get with Pity. They probably explain it here, but that's just my overall guess so far. We got Climax Battle Gen 10 returning. Pretty interesting that we're getting a green Climax Battle with the blue character releasing. If anything, that makes me think, why not make Mina red and then they should have made Jito blue? Or they could have made, I don't know. They could have made Toga red, I guess. Or whatever. Changes to unlocking Ultra Arena. The conditions for unlocking Ultra Arena have been changed. Before, you have to unlock it by completing Main Quest 618. However, now you can do it after completing Main Quest 317. The unlocking conditions for the Arena Metal Gear Shop have also been changed to Main Quest 317. The adjustments to level up drops in Main Quest. The number of unlocked items dropped for the ability board basic route obtainable from the main quest has been adjusted. Due to the adjustment, the number of unlocked items dropped for the ability board basic group has been increased. These adjustments make it easier than ever before to power up your character, so make sure to give it a try. That is a super clutch thing to have to make sure that when I want to do these showcases, I can get it done, especially fast when we got the boost going on. New beginner missions added. So new missions were added to beginner missions. Additionally, the complete all beginner missions has been changed alongside the addition of new beginner missions. So number 1, we got the newly added beginner missions. Complete 35 beginner missions. Use level up items for characters advanced level 5. Is it going to tell us everything? I mean, to be honest, look. These missions are going to be in game. You guys can take a look at it. The most important thing is right here, folks. This is the thing that I need you guys to stand up and clap for. You are unlocking orbs have been added to the Arena Metal Gear shop. Now it's free to play to get these unlocking orbs. It should have been like that in the first place. We grind really hard Ultra Arena, and then once you make it to like the highest amounts of ranks or just reaching the highest rank, bam, you get the unlocking orb. That's what should have happened when it dropped. Either you pay for it or you grind for it. One of the two. Not like, wait, not one of the two. Two of the two, not one of the two. That's what I should have said. I'm just hype, I'm sorry. So as of August 7th, 2025, 000 JST, UR unlocking orbs have been added to the Arena Metal Gear shop. The exchange period for these newly added UR unlocking orbs for August 2025 is as follows. So we are able to get the alpha and the beta. So if you are new to the game, basically what this unlocks for you, if you have both of them, is all the way up to board 10. If I'm remembering correctly, it's all the way up to board 10. So what you could do now is only have to grind for 11 to 13. That's all you have to do. You don't gotta grind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anymore. What this does help you out as well with is no longer required for those 50 extra pieces that you need to awaken the character. The unlocking orbs do that for you. So now you can have that extra 50 to put towards your piece board that you need to do in order to max out your character's level. Which, again, this might be one of the greatest updates that we have ever received in this game, since they have introduced the idea of getting boost in story mode. That is insane. I'm glad that they did this. So starting September 2025, the UR unlocking orbs in Arena Metal Gear Shop will be restocked on the 1st of the month. So this is the perfect time for you guys to start grinding Arena, just to make sure that you have the stack, because it is very hard to try to make a character max out when there's no boost. I promise you, I've been playing this game for years. I know it firsthand. Most of my showcases get delayed for that reason. Not this time though. With Toga, my phone situation happened, which I'm still trying to resolve. If anything, I think I got a great thing going that we might get that phone very soon. But for now, grind this, please. I'm begging you, please. I didn't know how to end that off, but just please grind it. Some daily missions adjustment. So before, they made it to where you had to take on Ultra Arena 6 times in total if you count the 1 time. Now, after the adjustments, you only got to take it on 3 times. Rewards have been added alongside the reduction in the number of challenges required. To increase the number of daily missions, you can check the daily tab mission screen for more about daily missions. So the added new skill effect buff restriction. When the new added buff restriction skill effect is applied to the character, the number of temporary buffs that can be granted to that character will be limited to a set number. Once the limit is reached, it will no longer be possible to grant new temporary buffs or update the effects of previously granted temporary buffs. Please note that if more than a specific number of temporary buffs have been granted before the buff restriction goes into effect, the excess temporary buffs will not be removed. And then we got the newly added skill status ailment restriction. When the newly added status ailment restriction effect is applied to the character, the number of temporary status ailments that can be applied to the character will be limited to a set amount. Once that limit is reached, it will no longer be possible to apply new temporary status ailments or to update the effects of previously applied temporary status ailments. Please note that if more than a specific number of temporary status ailments have been applied before the status ailment restriction goes into effect, the access temporary status ailments will not be removed. Yeah, we really are getting a lot of updates, I'm not gonna lie. Adjusted parts of the existing skill. Description following the addition of the new skill effect. Part of the description for the existing skill effect have been adjusted following the addition of the new buff restriction and status ailment restriction skill effects. The skill description before, we already read that. Now the skill description after is this buff cannot be cancelled, blocked, or restricted. This effect cannot be nullified, restricted, or cancelled. So basically what they did, they just added restricted to it, that's it. So we got the art for the Mina, we got the art for the support memories, we got the Miriko, which is going to be returning by herself as mentioned earlier. So if you want a chance at this character, now's your chance to do so. We also have the choice, so you're able to choose the 5 URs that you want to see for heroes or villains. So if you want to summon on these banners, it is more easier for you to pick up URs on these banners. However, I would always say try to go more towards the new URs than the old URs, unless you really want a character specifically. Got some sales going on. We got the big summer update number 1, which the best update I'm telling you that we ever had since the main quest story mode update. And then we have the big summer update with also a huge boost to drop rates as well for power-up materials in the main quest. Hopefully we do get a lot more updates like these. Something that Ultra Impact lacks is the ability to add change most of the time to the game, especially when it does come to anniversary time. But I'm glad that now they are doing it, and hopefully we do see more. The next time that a survey comes out, I would like to add in my survey, do more big updates yearly. That's all I ask, yearly big updates. We got the Plus Ultra, which if you guys want to check that out, go check out Hydro's Impact. We have the descriptions for the moves, the banner, which is going to be coming out August 15th, ending on September 1st. And then we got the memory ticket. We also have the SR memory ticket that's coming out with the event. We have the win all you can eat with the... This is the regular banner, right? This is the regular banner. We have Miko's banner, which came out already. Okay. And then we have this banner, which is going to be coming out August 8th. The villain banner coming out at the same time. Gensen Climax Battle does start on the 9th, so make sure you got your characters ready to go for that. We got a maintenance coming out on... Is there no maintenance coming out? Is there no maintenance coming out? Because that's the old maintenance. I want to know about the new maintenance. Hold on, let's go all of this. I didn't see the next maintenance. No next maintenance has been announced yet. Interesting. Okay. So one thing I do want to check out before we wrap up is definitely the upcoming drop rate campaigns. Because, hey, they may have updated the way of getting drops, but I still like my boost. So let's see. We are getting one on the 9th. Okay, that's good. So then I can upgrade Toga and probably give you guys a showcase on that. And then we have the update of item drop rate coming out on the 16th. So, wait. When is she coming out? Hold on. Again, I just forgot. When is she coming out? You're coming out on the 15th, right? Just to make sure, the 15th? Yeah, the 15th. Okay, damn it. Why wasn't it on the 15th, man? Why you put it the day after? I mean, usually I do it the day after, but I like to get the character ready to go the day before. You know, maybe that's a huge W. Right? Let me not complain about that. And that is basically it. So with that, that's where we're ending today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. Again, let me know down below your overall opinions about the newest character and the newest update that we are getting. I think these are huge W's. Character very good. The update very, very good. Big round of applause for the devs for that. If anything, let me do that right now before we wrap it up. Round of applause. So with that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.